The following program was produced or sponsored by a community member. The content, views, and opinions expressed are the sole responsibility of the producer and do not reflect those of Malden Access Television, the City of Malden, or your cable provider. MATV welcomes your comments. Please call us at 781-321-6400 or email us at access@matv.org.
Welcome, Malden sports fans, to another edition of MNBL basketball. I am your host, the Dudster, Nestor Dudley, along with special guest in the cable cast booth, Dana Brown, the principal of Malden High School. Dana, welcome aboard.
Thanks for having me. This is a great treat. Getting to see all these kids play basketball today.
And as always, go ref, go behind the camera. Teddy Francois, he tries to give it to Chabray. John McMillan takes all three of these, and so Dana, the Kings are in the hunt for the playoffs. They are 4-5. They need this game to try to keep pace with the Bullets. Rather, the Bullets are 5-5, and the Kings play the Bullets tomorrow in a non-televised game. Straighten that back, Jeff. Take your time. Jeff Chabray misses the front end of two. Missed them both. And talking about old school, Dana, the flip scoreboard.
Yeah, it's Kenny Mazonson not having a day down here today. He's a little bit disjointed. The scoreboard is broken, and the flip scoreboard doesn't have all the numbers, and so I think Kenny is a little out of sorts today here trying to run the whole show.
Well, between games, Dana, he certainly had enough time to take out some pieces of paper and write down the missing numbers.
Actually, we were trying to fix the scoreboard.
Oh.
Keep your head in there, Robert.
Francois.
Teddy Francois steps out of bounds on his way to the basket. Would have been a nice move under the basket, over his head finish. Doesn't count.
Celtics got away with an early entry violation. Kadeen stepped on the baseline, but no one's seen it except for the referee and myself. The ref let it go.
And much like the first game, this game off to a little bit of a disjointed start here. John McMillan just throws the ball in, sort of being a little bit silly about the whole thing.
Batista, I thought that was Munya. Batista. That was a good rebound by Dimitri Lodemus. No communication on your offensive end there, Dana.
Wow. Two quick travels here for the Celtics, and
Two people on one side. Someone got to leave.
That was a tough shot by Batista. Tough
nice
shot. Nice tough shot. Uses the glass. That's what it's there for.
Jacob's been a big fan of Malden High School girls basketball this year.
I actually had a conversation with Joe Levine as Dimitri Lodemus cleans it up. I had a conversation with Joe Levine a couple of days ago at the new senior center, and he was interested in maybe having a couple of his girls on the basketball team to come down and do some guest commentary in the MNBL games.
I think that'd be a great idea. And I'm sure some of the girls wouldn't be shy, and they'd be willing to do it.
And that would be nice to bring a female perspective to the Malden Neighborhood Basketball League. There was a female player back in 2000 and 2001, 2002, 2002.
Joyce Modiumba.
Yes. She was on the championship Sonics.
I remember Joyce. Joyce also played for the girls program at Malden High School. And Joyce has gone out to, she went to AIC. I'm sorry, she went to Assumption. Graduated with a degree in accounting, and she was back to visit us this year at Malden High School. Doing very well.
Good for Joyce.
So.
Good for Joyce. So she's the only alumni of the MNBL and the Malden High School girls basketball team. Forever in the record books.
Here come the Kings. Johnny McMillan playing a little bit out of sorts today. He's had a couple of turnovers. On paper, it would look like the Kings have the advantage, but the Celtics work hard.
The thing about the Celtics team, Dana, is that ever since the season opener, they hustle. As a team, they're probably the fastest team in the league. They never give up. And I really can't remember any games this year that the Celtics have lost by a blowout. Out of control, not looking left. Looks like they got Demetrius Lodemus, D-Lo for 3.
Come the first couple of subs of the game.
McMillan comes down, and that puts in DiGiovanni, Eddie DiGiovanni.
Celtics just comfortable moving the ball around, taking a little air out. And I think they realize that they might not have the firepower the Kings have, so they're going to be happy playing a low-scoring game.
Nice strong move by Dimitri Lodemus, who has been looking to attack the rim more since the trade coming over from the defending Neighborhood League champ Sixers.
Wow, off-balance shot just thrown up and made by the Celtics. Hanging around 8-6 here.
Come up, talk. Look up, talk. Get off the dribble.
Dana, it doesn't look like the Kings are really having a balanced offense, and we can at least hear Coach Glenn Higgins is really not liking what he's seeing so far on the O.
Well, what you see so far is a lot of pounding the ball into the floor. Nobody's really moving the ball around. A lot of one-on-one stuff. And plays like that has to be their 4th or 5th turnover of the game, and we're early in the game here. That was Teddy Francois just haphazardly throwing the ball away. Lucky for the Kings, deflected by a Celtic. Here we go again, though, all one-on-one by the Kings. The Celtics coming back.
I think the Celtics are a little bit too quick for their own good on that one. Francois just going
Teddy
straight
Francois
to the hole.
again. Chris Munyon. Chris Munyon tries a breakaway layup.
And they got him for
That's
steps.
a travel.
That's
Sure, that's
right.
a good call. Right in front of us.
He drug his pivots. When it happened to Chris Munyon, when Chris Munyon didn't hit the layup, he basically mentally took himself out of the game. He just stood around, and I think that's why assistant coach Joe Young brought him to the bench.
Joe Canine, nice form on the shot, just fell a little short.
By yourself.
J-Man, Andy J-Man, they call him Gus. And
Andy is looking, I believe, at one of our armed services after high school. I think he's looking at the Air Force or the Marines.
Good for him.
And so I think he'll do well if that's the path he chooses.
Good for him.
Nice, solid kid at Malden High School.
And Dana, what I noticed for the Kings right now, they have all southpaw back court. And how often do you see that?
You don't see that often, and I'll tell you from a coaching point of view, very difficult to guard because
Because of plays like that.
Because of plays like that. That was a nice dump off and a great finish by Dimitri, who used the glass, didn't try to be flashy, and just banked it home.
That was Abramo that took the three-point attempt. Nice ball movement.
I think we're looking at a score of 10-10. This is the broken scoreboard I'm referring to. I think it's 10-10. The 0 is missing.
Well,
okay.
The 0 is missing. I recommend just draw a 0 on the board.
There you go.
Or that too.
Interesting call on that one, and it draws the attention of the Kings coach, and something that always riles a coach. That call was made from half court, which coaches never like to see. You're 40 feet away from the play, and you're calling a foul, and I know coaches get disappointed when they see that.
Come on, Robin, get rid of it quick.
Well, Dana, as one official talking about another, they see it, they gotta go. No matter where they
Look
are.
out! Don't wait!
The Giovanni to Lodemus.
Lodemus used the basket and went to the other side as a shield so the shot wouldn't get blocked. That was a very nice play.
He knew where he was on the court. Court presence, which is very important.
Dimitri really the only King playing with any sense of purpose today. The others seem to be a little bit discombobulated.
That almost went in for the J-man.
That almost went in. Quarter.
And at the end of the first 10, 13's a wild.
And continuing the sort of discontinuity today. The coach is out on the floor screaming. That quarter was over by a solid 15 seconds. Play continued. Kenny Mizonson was distracted by one of the other coaches. Nobody had a whistle. They didn't blow the horn, and the game continued.
And if Bradworth Benton was in the booth right now, he would say the score is 13-13. That's a combo of 30.
and we sit corrected. It's 13-12 Celtics, and exactly what we were talking about before the game started. You look at this game on paper, Kings look to be stronger. Here we are at the end of the first quarter. Celtics 13, Kings 12. The Celtics are scrappy. They hang around. And the way they play, the style they play, they're not going to get blown out.
And Dana, I would like to point out that coming into this weekend, when we look at the official, unofficial stats, that actually the Celtics are averaging 50 points a game, where the Kings are averaging 46.2.
Wow.
But yet in the standings, the Kings are 4-5, and the Celtics are 3-7.
Tough pass by Joe Kaneem, but it got in there. And the Celtics convert. Nice basket.
By Michael Bramo.
Look at him, don't make it obvious. Swing it back.
J-Man tries to hit a cut in Benson.
Here we are again. The Celtics, Joe Kaneem with a strong move to the basket. Misses the layup.
Abramo follows his own shot. He gets fouled.
Great hustle by Abramo. Never give up on the Celtics. Joe Kaneem missed a layup. They got their own offensive rebound. Abramo missed a shot, got his own offensive rebound, gets fouled, and now he's going to the line for two. Right now,
That was on Chabray.
Abramo got his own rebound, Dana, because he followed his shot. Fundamentals. That foul's on Jeff Chabray. That's his first personal.
Kind of an awkward shot at the free throw line, but it doesn't matter. They went in.
When it goes through the cylinder, that's all that matters.
That's it. And the Celtics go up 3, 17-14.
Cylinder.
That's an SAT word. That's pretty good.
Nats and Jackson with the strong side rebound.
Here the Celtics again, just methodically playing well.
Abramo, that's his shot. Back rims it. Lodomus with the rebound, hits the J-Man. Passes it to DiGambarino, and J-Man saves it. So Lodomus couldn't get a handle on it. And there's Munyon to Jackson. Celtics.
The Celtics quietly building a 5-point lead, 19-14. Kings look a little out of sorts. Another turnover by the Kings. And the Celtics oblige and throw it right back. Wholesale subs coming to the table. Looks like the Kings coach has seen enough.
Bobby Iapika was a nice little jumper. Kings pull it within 3, 19-16.
Celtics playing shorthanded today. They only have one sub on the bench, but here they are again. Ball movement, nice shot off the glass, back up 5.
And Dana, last weekend the Celtics played 2 games and they were shorthanded. They only had 6 players for both games last weekend. I was told that at least one player went skiing. Open invitation for Dana Brown to come here. You always have a seat in the Cablecast booth.
Doing an excellent job from a technical standpoint.
I will definitely oblige and come back at a later date.
Good.
This is enjoyable. I get to see these kids in a different venue. You know, I see them in school, in the classroom, in the hallways, but this is nice to see them out competing and working hard. Jacob Batista with a nice move. Had to go up and over Dimitri Lodomus. Again, the Celtics quietly pulling away here. 23-16.
Another Kings turnover. Thank you very much.
Joe Canine. Right down the middle.
Lodomus on the post. McMillan inbounds to Lodomus. That was a tough inbound. And look at Canine. He doesn't miss many of those.
Joe Canine, quick timeout by the Kings here, as quietly the Celtics have just put some distance between themselves and the Kings. 27-16 with a couple of minutes to go in the second quarter. And the Kings looking out of sorts on offense. A lot of turnovers. Not a lot of quality shots. And the Celtics just methodically moving the ball around on offense, taking good shots, and making them.
And thus far, Dana, the Kings are not playing with any sense of urgency. They're like coasting through this game, and the lead being increased, and as you mentioned, 27-16. So the Celtics have opened up an 11-point lead.
And as you look at the standings, you know, it appears the Kings would need this game in a big way to solidify any type of playoff hopes. And actually, if the Celtics grab this win from them, they'll be tied with 4 wins. So
yes.
This appears to be a big game for the Kings, but it's the Celtics who are playing with more purpose and more urgency. interesting how kids react to different situations.
Nothing's automatic in anything that you do. And you can't expect one team to just lay down and have another team. Pierre with the three-pointer.
That's a big three. That's a big three. Sort of breaks the run here that the Celtics had and maybe gives the Kings a little momentum.
They got Jackson
Easy call right in front of the official.
They got Jackson for traveling.
Johnny McMillan really all left when it comes to.
Nice shot.
Nice pull-up jumper by Johnny McMillan.
Kaneen to Jackson, nice give and go. Couldn't connect on that. See if the Kings have an opportunity to make the Celtics pay for that, and they got them with steps. Kings had a golden opportunity to capitalize on that turnover by the Celtics. Oh, definitely. I didn't even comment on that. That was the correct call. Oh, yes, I didn't even comment on that.
I would agree with the coach when he said one step, but after that one step, you have to shoot it. So that was the...
Abramo basket hanging decides to stop. Batista gets it to Kaneen.
There you go. There's the same move, but the kid shot it.
Munyon has to use that glass, but Kaneen, the Celtics are just hustling, but they're not.
Oh, here you go. Joe Kaneen just playing very hard on both sides of the floor.
And Dana, I don't think Joe Kaneen ever gets tired.
Tough break for the Celtics. Yeah, Joe's one of those athletes who could run all day. You know, if he doesn't come out of this game today, he'll be very happy.
Look like he'd have a promising future in track and field if he ever decides to partaketh in that.
Joe has talked about running spring track this year, and I think that's something that he would be good at. March 16th.
Who was the coach of the boys track team?
It was John Lepresti, but John has retired from football and track. So I think we're looking for a new outdoor track coach as we speak.
Oh.
The football interviews are happening next week. So there's a bunch of candidates, 20 candidates or so, and interviews will begin next week.
Nice pass to the J-man.
And all of a sudden, the Celtics have missed a couple of shots. The Kings have converted, and they're right back in it. Oh. A lot of barking from the Kings bench here today.
They got him for a charge. Ravi Pandey checks in for the first time, taking out Irvin Pierre.
Wrong number in the book.
Lodemus, I think that's going to be on Lodemus. That's only one on D'Lo, and we're into the second quarter, so that's actually good for him, as he is a prominent member on the Dirty Dozen list. I don't know if you ever get a chance to watch Around the Rim, Dana, and if you don't, please don't tell me. But we've
already rehashed and hashed that. I just can't get into that show with the little figurines. That's the show I.
Oh,
but I do watch the basketball show. And
the show with the figurines. Will you be talking about wrestling setup?
I think that's what it is.
I thought they were called action figures.
Well, there's not much action with those figurines. Figurines more appropriate.
During Lent, I did try to watch it once as a sort of penance, but I couldn't get through the whole show, so I gave up desserts instead.
And Chris Munyon, was that a field goal or was that 3?
That's 2.
And Teddy Francois looked good until he released it.
And Kenny Mazonson clearly showing that he's a lawyer and not an accountant as he's struggling with the score here today. Same move by Johnny McMillan. Can't finish. Dimitri, though. Big first half for the Kings. Without Dimitri, they wouldn't be in this game. He's just played a big half.
And Lodemus is playing the position he should be playing, which is down low. When he was on the defending neighborhood league champions, the Sixers, he was playing kind of like a Kevin Garnett. At the end of the first half, the Celtics are 5-point better than the Kings, 30-25, Dana.
Yeah, I just think the Celtics are playing aggressive basketball. They're playing smart basketball. And the Kings looked really out of sorts in the first quarter. Second quarter started to play with much more urgency and a little smarter, and they closed the gap. So should be a great second half.
Yeah, the Celtics have been very consistently hustling the whole first half. For Dana Brown, go ref go, Nestor Dudley. We'll see you at the half.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Ready to start the second half. 30-25 Celtics. Celtics going left to right on your radio dial.
Come on! Get the ball! 5 seconds.
Joe Caneen, 3 shots, 3 offensive rebounds.
I thought Munyon was going to stroke that. Caneen side rims it.
Here come the Kings. Quickly back the other way. John McMillan.
He went to go behind his back. For what reason, I could not tell you.
Action Jackson.
McMillan to Francois. Francois pulling it up. Bangs it home.
Teddy Francois. Now the Kings on that time showed some patience. They worked the ball around nicely. Teddy with an open 15-footer bangs it.
Defense wins games. Pick it up.
Abramo side rims it. DeGiovanni ran the court. He was all by his lonesome. Kings did not look up. But sometimes you have to just not run and gun. Slow down the tempo. Like Lodemus should not have been taking that shot. That shot is out
and
his
the coach
range.
let him know it. Terrible shot, he screams out. And I think Dimitri realizes now that's not his. What a great look by Joe Caneen. Threads the needle. Terrific pass. Nice conversion off glass.
Dimitri
Great play.
Dimitri Lodemus walking up court, and Joe Abramo hustled, beat him to the spot
Sure.
where Dimitri was supposed to be. Easy
Dimitri's
two.
still thinking about the shot he missed. Airballed it from 15. His coach let him know it. And it paid for it down the other end.
What the players need to buy into, Dana, is that when you mess up on the offense, just make up for it on the defense. You can't, if you miss a shot, turn it over, whatever, any offensive mishap, you have to run back and beat your man on the defensive end.
That is such a tough concept for kids to understand. Oh.
Off of Caneen's face.
Defense by accident. Just Joe Canine takes one right in the face.
Munyon doesn't connect on that. But then look at the Celtics. They're
Celtics.
scrappers.
Celtics on the floor.
If the Celtics haven't missed key shots, they could really have this game wide open.
Sure, they're up 5, but just missed a golden opportunity to get up 7.
Load and miss. They got him for steps.
Kings seemingly frustrated here.
The Rainbows tried to make it rain there, Dana. DiGiovanni just couldn't connect. And Dana, the Kings' biggest problem is that they always beat themselves. They're too busy arguing with the coaches, arguing with the players instead of just playing ball.
Yeah, I haven't seen them this year yet. I've been here before this year, but I haven't seen the Kings. I've seen the Celtics. The Celtics are playing exactly like they played the last time I saw them, scrappy, aggressive. The Kings do appear to be a little bit too preoccupied with everything other than basketball. And as I say that, the Kings are sleeping on defense, and the Celtics go in for a nice shot to increase the lead to 7.
McMillan went all around the world for that one. Nice basket. You know, Dimitri Lodemus is out of position. He's reverting back to his old bad habits when he's on the Sixers. McMillan to the J-man. You got another turnover. That was a golden opportunity. Another turnover. So Teddy Francois is getting ready to check back into the game.
Yep, fast action up and down the court. Fast action, and yet it's still a 5-point game. The Celtics are doing what they need to do. John McMillan better be careful here. He might get a technical here.
That wouldn't be his first.
And as I look at the stats for the league leaders, that wouldn't be his first. Another great pass by Joe Canine. Really sees the whole floor. Jeff Chabray with the big rebound because Joe Canine was ready to get another one.
Francois, they could have easily called him for the charge.
Easily. I thought the kid had pretty good defense.
Turnover. And the J-man.
Timeout.
I just don't know.
Celtics up 34-29.
I just don't know if the Kings have gotten cold because the game started later today or what. They're just not, you know, this is not the same Kings team that we've been seeing the past couple of weeks ever since those trades have been made. To catch you up to date, Dana, if you don't know, so is that John McMillan was traded from the Hawks and Dimitri Lodemus was traded from the Sixers. And since then, the Kings have been 4-1 since those trades.
Well, obviously, the folks involved in those trades knew what they were doing. If a team can go 4-1 after a trade, that's a pretty good indication that they identified a need and went out and got it. So I do recall seeing the last time I was here, seeing Dimitri playing for the Sixers. And that would seem to be, after what I saw earlier today, that would seem to be a loss for the Sixers in terms of a rebounding presence.
Yes, I spoke to Cliff Williams, and when you're the defending neighborhood league champs, and it's very hard to repeat in this league. It's only
Sure.
it only happened once. Back in 91 and 92, the Hawks done it. You're the defending neighborhood league champs. You can make certain moves to, you know, if your season start off and You're not going to be there in the playoffs. You can make certain moves to increase your chances for the next season, and that's what Cliff Williams did. The Sixers next year, Dana, have 2 first-round picks and 3 second-round picks.
Wow. That seems to be stockpiling a little bit.
Yes.
Coach not happy with the ball come flying on the court.
Francois, that was nice to Lodemus, and Kaneen got away with a foul there, Dana, because Kaneen's hand was definitely on Lodemus' back.
Celtics did get away with one, and then Dimitri just carelessly walked out of bounds with the ball, and the Celtics, here they are again, up 5.
Kings went into the man. They're going to call that on D'Lo. I think that's his second.
Kings do go man-to-man. Looks to be a tough matchup for a couple of the Celtics.
That's going to go out on Chibre. Yep. Young Wah checking in for the Celtics. He sat, I think, too long, Dana. Young Wah has some nice offense in him.
He works hard, and he's got a nice touch. There's Joe Kaneen again on the boards. Joe Kaneen must have 7 or 8 offensive rebounds today, and it's just he's outworking the other team. And I'm not sure John McMillan is the right matchup with Joe Kaneen. I think Joe is just too quick and too aggressive, and that's going to be a tough matchup for John.
He misses the front end of 2. Bangs the second one home, increasing the lead 35 to 29.
John McMillan keeps running by the scoreboard, asking the score.
Francois.
Teddy Francois sizing up a 3, but decides better of it. John McMillan, he's had a bunch of those. He's had a bunch of those today.
McMillan got hit, but in his eye appears, and they're going to travel.
Excellent call.
I actually had him for the charge, but in any case, a turnover.
I think the travel occurred before the charge, but in any event, that was ugly from the start when John McMillan got knocked to the floor to the finish on the travel call. So that was not a pretty basketball play.
Jackson to Munyon. To Kaneen, what they need to, well, I was going to say what they need to do is slow it down, but they had McMillan commit the foul instead, so hush my mouth.
And again, I think anytime Joe Kaneen has the ball on the wing, he's a tough matchup for anyone. He's just too quick. He got to the line on that, and I was blocked. I couldn't really see where the foul was, but referee was right there and called it. Now, if Joe doesn't make these, this could allow the Kings to stay back in the game. And
I think that's McMillan's third foul.
And Joe misses both. John McMillan saying something to the crowd.
The J-man, McMillan, he's going to take all 3 of these. I find that hard to believe. Dimitri Lodemus, who is not a good free throw shooter. Actually, ever since going to the Kings, he's 46.2%, which is pretty decent in this league. Chibre. The first time Chibre went up for the shot, Dana, he was looking for the whistle, and you have to play the score. You can't look for a bailout.
That's a big free throw. Gets the Kings back to 3. And all of a sudden, after a helter-skelter quarter, Jeff Chabray could cut this to 2 points. And I gave him the announcer's kiss of death, and he missed that free throw. That's right. So here we are. Celts up 3. Couple of minutes to go. Great screen.
Stay with him, stay with him.
Jackson thought about it. Puts it back in Kaneen's hands. Turnover.
A little too much. A little too much. John McMillan was going to debate that call. He was clearly standing out of bounds when he caught the ball. Passed it back in. I can't believe they're giving him the ball.
Yeah, what happened?
I can't believe they're giving him the ball.
Oh, the Kings got away with one.
Kings
A big one.
got it.
Glenn Higgins on the phone calling his accountant because he owes the ref a couple of bucks for that one.
Glenn calling Pizza Pizza to see where the final order is for the day. Can't believe that. 35-34.
I'm shocked that
25 seconds, and the Kings have a great shot here to grab the lead.
I'm still in shock for what we just seen.
I've never seen that. John McMillan standing out of bounds, caught the ball, and whether his man knocked it off or the Celtics knocked it off would not have mattered. He was standing out of bounds. He caught the ball. The referee gave him the ball.
And he even argued the call. Dimitri Lodemus was flopping. Francois flopped. There's 2 floppers. It's good if it goes.
John McMillan from half court falls. But a great third quarter for the Kings. And they're back up 1. Celtics appeared to be a little out of gas that quarter. Missed some easy shots and allowed the Kings to get back into it. And old Mother Mo is now on the side of the Kings.
Record-wise, Kings. But point averages, Celtics. The Celtics coming in into this weekend averaging 50 points, exactly, and the Kings averaging 46.
Right. And the Kings all of a sudden playing with the urgency that they need if they're any hopes at all of us stealing that playoff spot. The Kings now playing like they need this game.
See, I'm not a bettor. I would have, you know what? I still like the Celtics' chances. I'm going to go with Celtics. No. Well, Brad goes to Vegas a lot and loses his shirt. So, I didn't see Mrs. Rogers here. Like I said, the Kings. But no, seriously, I think Celtics' chances. I'm saying Celtics by 3.
Another slice of pizza sneaks by the camera guy. Up until now, stopping everybody. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that the first minute or 2 here of the fourth quarter is going to determine this game. I think if the Kings can get any type of a lead, they'll hang on. I think if the Celtics can hang around, it could be a long day.
Jackson cleans it up.
Great move by Joe Caneen and a follow by Jackson. And back up by 1, go the Celtics.
McMillan back rims it, gets his own shot, goes right hand. Lodemus has to make those.
Nice tap in by J-Man. Nice tap.
J-Man,
and here we are again, back up by 1, the Kings. This could be a great finish, folks. Trading baskets.
Canine to Munyon. He's going to take all 3 of these.
Munyon makes his first 3 of the game, set his feet, took his time. Nice pass from Joe Canine, and he finished the 3. Good ball movement.
Nice strong move, D-Lo, Dimitri Lodemus. That's what he needs to do.
And here we are back. Because of the 3, we're tied now. Celtics and the Kings. Celtics in no hurry here, too, and I think this is a great strategy.
They got Jackson for steps.
I think that's the only time I've seen the Celtics really get confused today is when Jackson tries to do too much. When he catches it and shoots it, pretty good player. When he's got too much time to think about it, turnovers. So
Gorev goes on his game.
40-40. John McMillan.
Francois, I thought he was going to take all 3 of these.
Here we go. Just as I was saying, Teddy Francois with a nice move. Back up by 2, go the Kings.
Munyon.
See, that time I thought Chris didn't set his feet. Oh, that's a travel, ladies and gentlemen.
Kings up by 2, 42-40. That was a nice pass.
There you go.
Jackson to Abramo.
Jackson caught it, got rid of it, didn't try to do too much. 42-42. Great finish.
Drew Lodemus out of position.
Nice play.
Was able to go back door.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what's happening here, but Jamin with a nice strong move, switched hands on the dribble, and up by 2, go the Kings.
Batista.
Quick shot by the Celtics. I don't think it's in their best interest to shoot quickly. A little bit.
Down to Lodemus. Switches hands.
Celtics a little bit tired here. Heading up the floor a little bit slower. Not a good idea by the Celtics on that offensive series. I think we're at a point of danger right here for the Celtics. If the Kings put a little bit more space between them and the Celtics, I think it's going to be a tough road to come back from. So this is a real big possession for the Celtics defensively.
And Jackson commits the foul.
At this stage of the game, that might be a good foul.
Jackson a pair of fouls.
Violation. So even if he misses, yep, we'll get a violation.
Two more shots, Teddy. Make up for it. You got a gift.
Misses the front.
Teddy makes 1 out of 3. He got a gift on the violation, but that increases the Kings lead to 5. It's a real big possession for the Celtics here. And Joe Canine launches up an ill-advised 3.
Patience, patience. Find the open man.
Now the Kings might be... That's a big shot. That's a big shot.
Iapika.
8-point lead for the Kings.
Batista, that's a nice move.
Oh, no. Patience.
There's been a bunch of those this quarter.
Nice, nice, nice. Oh, that's you. Oh. Oh.
I tell you, that was a nice transition that the Kings did coming down the court, Dana. They kept the ball off the floor.
They did. And John McMillan got up in the air and a little undecided on what he wanted to do, pass or shoot, but
Jackson out to Canine, Munyon, and to Batista. Loose ball. Batista somehow comes up with it. Easy for me to say.
And unfortunately for the Celtics here, I'm not sure whether it was more the Celtics or more the Kings, but the Celtics have just completely fallen apart here in the fourth quarter. It was 44. It was 40-40 about 3 minutes ago, and it's gone from 40-40 to 50-42. And I think the Kings now will just be satisfied with playing tough D and moving the ball around on offense.
I think where we only have one person on your bench, as the Celtics do, I think that you probably should make more substitutions to try to keep the freshest legs out there possible. And I think that young Wah has sat on the bench far too long for a team that only has 6 players.
I would agree. He came in for a proverbial cup of coffee in the second half here, but then was quickly taken out. I don't believe it was after a mistake or anything, but he went in for a minute and came out. Hasn't been back in, so.
Yeah, Iapika's going to take all 3 of these. Lodemus does a good job cleaning it up. Yeah, the Magic Man hasn't been here. Magic Man has missed just about half his games.
Up 12 with a couple of minutes to go. Again, the Celtics, it was 40-40. And now it's, since the time they were 40-40, they've gone on a 14-2 run, the Kings have. And a lot of that has been determined by poor shooting from the Celtics and great transition by the Kings.
I'm just told unofficially, Dimitri Lodemus has 22 points, 22 of the 54.
And Dimitri has done a nice job on the offensive boards, which has been real difficult for the Celtics because they don't have anyone that matches up with Dimitri. And so even when the Kings have missed, Dimitri's been there to clean up, and he's done a nice job today. Wouldn't be surprised if he had a double-double with 22 points and at least 10 rebounds.
Get the loose ball.
Munyon's going to take all 3 of these.
Good job.
Oh, that was a nice rip.
And one.
He was hacked in the yak. It's the hoop in the hum. You know, Dana, there's plenty of time. The last 4 minutes is stop time. This game is not over.
Sure.
2 minutes left. It's still stop time. 5 baskets. Yeah, the Celtics, you just have to suck it up and try to pressure the ball. You're down by
Yeah, I think
12 now.
I think it's difficult because they're shorthanded, because they don't have the manpower to match up man to man, and because they've missed a lot of shots like that this half. Again, 3 shots at the basket. That's been the difference here today.
Jackson, nice idea. Munyon, wide open. Abramo, that was nice position by Abramo.
Nice.
Boxing up.
Just outworks Teddy Francois.
Getting position on the taller Francois.
He fouls him. That's it. That's an interesting foul by John McMillan.
McMillan has 4 fouls. That's 2 pairs.
Oh, come on.
Francois out of control. He has Panday right there. He should have gave it to Panday. Nice rebound by Jackson. He has to make the bunny, though.
You know, that's the story of the day here for the Celtics. They've probably missed 10 or 12 of those in the 3rd and 4th quarter. And that's the difference in the game. It's only a 10-point game. But I can recall at least 8 or 9 of those easy bunnies that the Celtics missed. And had they made those, we'd be talking overtime here at the least.
At the very least. You know, I still don't understand why Joe Young hasn't gone to the bench more often. You know, Young Wah looks fresh to me. He doesn't appear to be injured, so I just don't know.
Well, maybe the coach felt it wasn't the right matchup for him with the Kings going man-to-man, but with only 6 guys, you have to rotate somebody in and out every minute or 2 to keep everybody fresh.
Oh, he totally missed him. You called that? You don't call that stuff down
there? We have to excuse Glenn Higgins. He tends to lose control.
You're saying that to the viewers, not me.
The other thing that has plagued the Celtics today is poor free throw shooting. And here you go, Coach. Here comes number 20 into the game. Maybe a little too late.
Celtics missed both at the line.
It appears the
Panday to Francois.
we would call that in the coaching ranks, we would call that a makeup call with Teddy getting jobbed down the other end, so the referee makes it up to him by calling a phantom foul with a minute to go in the game here.
You know, Dade, I have to tell you, a few seasons ago, and I had a couple of referees on the show around the rim, and I asked them, was there such a thing as a makeup call? They both told me no.
Any referee worth his salt will tell you that, and will make a makeup call. There you go. They're clearly trying to set Robbie up. There he is for a layup. Teddy not giving him the ball. Teddy takes it himself.
A little greedy on Francois' part, but a W's a W. Abramo misses it.
Great pass.
Final score 59-46. 13 better. The Kings are over the Celtics.
I felt the Celtics played very, very well for 3 quarters plus another minute or two. It was 40-40 at one point, and it looked like they were going to trade baskets. And then a couple of real tough misses for the Celtics on the offensive end. Kings came down and converted, and Celtics not enough gas and not enough manpower to come back from a 6 or an 8 point lead. So Kings hard-fought victory. They deserved it today.
Right now the Kings are playing 500 ball. They're 5-5. Tomorrow they go up against the Bullets, who are 5-5. The next game you're going to see the undefeated Pistons 10-0 going up against the Sonics, who are 6-4. In the third slot right now, if you're in the Kings family, you want the Sonics to lose. That'll be 3 teams, Dana, with 5 losses.
Yeah, that'll be big. And the Lakers won earlier today, so they also want the. They don't care if the Pistons win another one here today, but the Lakers want a loss, and they'd have sole possession of second place.
So now, Dana, is this your last game? Do you have to take off now?
This is my last game today. We are celebrating my mother-in-law's 87th birthday tonight with Chinese food, so I can't miss that.
Well, Dana, I just want to thank you for helping us out.
Thank you. It was a pleasure seeing all the kids, and I really enjoyed the atmosphere here today, and it was great. Thank you.
For Dana Brown, Go Ref Go, I'm Nestor Dudley saying we'll see you at the games.